AEW Women's World Champion Britt Baker took multiple shots at the former WWE star Saraya in both interviews and on social media this week. It started with things on the Busted Open radio show in which she said Saraya made things personal with comments that she made in her promo last week. Quote, Saraya was one of my favorite wrestlers. She doesn't need to tell me everything she's done and what she's gone through because I already know. That's why I'm so looking forward to this match, because this is a girl who was one of my role models. But then when you tell me to my face that I don't have what it takes to be a star, I mean, that's something. When someone you look up to tells you you don't have what it takes to be a star, that ignites a different kind of flame in you. And I've said 100 times, this is now personal. Baker also said, that definitely motivated me because she ripped me apart. I mean, she literally ripped me to shreds. So I was kind of in shock for a second. It was very surreal hearing everything she was saying to me. And even everything that she went through, it was very real and raw. Her digs at me aside, I like this girl as a real life role model. Everything she went through, everything she's overcome, and now she's standing in the ring wrestling against the top girl in AEW. Hats off to her. Then she went on to say, this is my house. The fans know it. This is my house. I think she has her hardcore group of fans. I agree with that 100%. I mean, this girl is a star. There are probably people that don't even watch wrestling that have watched her family movies and want to watch this because they're just a fan of her and her story. Exactly. She's a worldwide star, and I can't take that away from her. Actually, I would like to be what she is one day, but when it comes to AEW, this is my house. You can't come into my house and tell me that you laid the foundation down when you didn't lay a single brick, she added. Britt Baker then proceeded to take shots on social media page, or Saraya posted a picture of her brother who was going with her to Dynamite, and Britt Baker responded, bring your talentless brother to work week. I mean, I'm going to give props here to AEW, and more importantly to Saraya and Britt Baker. One thing that I don't know when I'm watching AEW, I don't know how much of this shit is real and how much they're working me extremely well. If this doesn't work, shout out to these girls, because I'm here thinking these two ladies hate each other. With all the backstage shit that happens, with all the fights and arguments and shit that goes down in AEW, it's hard for me to decipher what is a shoot and what is real, or what is a work in AEW programming. These AEW like rap battles, because it's what they are, right? They get in the ring and they just rap battle. The rap battle style promos, they're not written down. It's basically who can hurt whose feelings, and they take shots at each other. And sometimes the shots tend to bleed more into not the character that they're playing in the ring, but the shots end up, kind of ringing past that and hitting the actual human being that is holding the microphone. It's weird. It's really weird when it comes to AEW. Now, I thought that Britt Baker's stuff about it not being Saraya's house, I thought that was good. And I'll agree with Britt Baker that Saraya did go for the jugular. She did try to cut deep. I think she immediately, but we've seen now twice that when Saraya's backed into a corner, she's immediately just going to start kind of getting dirty. She took shots at WWE when those weren't necessary. And then she took shots at Britt Baker, which, once again, I'm going to refer to this as I think it's a shoot, because that's the way I'm viewing it. If it's a work, shout out to these girls. But I thought Britt Baker's stuff about it not being Saraya's house was good. I don't think that's dirty. I think those are solid, just promo shots. I think now Britt Baker has kind of opened up a little bit, and she went on, the Busted Open radio and social media, and she's kind of stepped it up. She's kind of taken a little deeper. This is making this match extremely interesting for me for multiple reasons. The shot on her brother, good shot. I think that's funny. I think he tends to take things a little personal, so that probably rubbed the wrong way. But I like both of these competitors. I'm a big Britt Baker fan. I think I've stated that numerous times. I'm a defender of Britt Baker, that I think that on the microphone, she's one of the best. I think as far as marketing her matches, she's one of the best. As far as wrestling skill goes, I don't think that she's missing enough. The way the AEW fans talk about her and her lack of wrestling skills, I don't have that same opinion. The other reason that I'm very intrigued in this match is the fucking circus. Like, there's a whole circus surrounding this thing, from, reporting earlier on the PTSD comments and the don't attack me from behind. That shit is crazy. Like, that this is all going down in this match. This has all been said out loud, and this is public knowledge. And also Saraya coming out and saying that after this match, she's going on full social media hiatus because she's nervous about what people will say. That scares me too, because that means you don't have a ton of confidence in yourself going into this pay-per-view. Then she went on to say that she's nervous about the first bump she's going to take at the pay-per-view. Like, all of these things. Here's a crazy thought. And this is just a thought I had last night when I was putting together this article. If she just recently got cleared, and I'm assuming she did, I'm assuming she hasn't known this for a long time, because it feels like with the things Tony Khan said and the things she said that, like, she signed with AEW not knowing if she was clear or not. So if she just got cleared, does that mean that she literally has not done any work in a ring for like the past 6 years at all? Is she just literally going to jump right in to a pay-per-view event with probably the biggest name on the AEW women's roster, and they're just throwing her to the wolves like that? That's insane to me. What is the best case scenario that comes out of this? We get a 10-minute match. We're probably going to get a 10-minute match. It's going to feature tons of blood, right? There's going to be blood everywhere. Saraya is going to probably be bleeding. Britt Baker is going to be bleeding. I think Saraya is going to take a couple of cautious bumps to make sure she can handle it. And then there's probably some quirky finish. And that's what this match is going to be. So I while I get my hopes up, I don't know that there's a lot there, and why there shouldn't be a lot there. If you're just throwing her to the wolves after not doing this for a long time, that's fucking insane.